Good morning, everybody. My name is Nathaniel Adoy. I want to use this video to teach you how to create a PowerPoint presentation for your Zoom virtual class. Now, if you are using Zoom to organize your virtual class, Zoom has a lot of features. It has the whiteboard where you can easily scribble and do a lot of write-up and illustration for the children. However, I like to use Microsoft PowerPoint to design my lessons before going on Zoom to teach. Because with Microsoft PowerPoint, it's easy for the children to follow through what you are teaching them. So I like to first prepare my class using Microsoft PowerPoint. Then I start my Zoom class. It will be easy for me to now move my PowerPoint presentation to my Zoom so that while I am explaining, the children can see the illustration. I could also still use the whiteboard to also scribble some things for the children. So let's quickly go to PowerPoint presentation and see how this works. So the first thing I like to do here is I like to share my screen. I'm sure from this you can see my desktop background, you can see my computer. So the first thing I like to do is to launch the Microsoft PowerPoint application. So on my keyboard, I could just click, better still, this is the start button or the Windows button. You can still find this button on the here. That's where the start button is. So I click the start button and then this pops up. So my keyboard, I could just type PowerPoint. I don't need to finish typing PowerPoint. By the time I'm done typing power, you would see that the PowerPoint application will pop up. There are various versions of Microsoft PowerPoint application, the Microsoft 2016, 2013, 2010, I know, but I'm using 2010 here. But 2010 is similar to 2016. It has almost all the features that you need for basic PowerPoint presentation. So, like I said earlier, I'm teaching you how to prepare simple presentation for your virtual class. So now I have launched my Microsoft PowerPoint. The first thing I can see here is my home, this is the Microsoft PowerPoint environment. And the first slide you can see here is it's called the title slide. This slide is called the title slide. And usually the title slide would have the click here to add title, and then it also has the subtitle here. Now, so the first thing I like to do is I like to add design to my presentation. So let me clear these things that I've done. So first thing is I like to add the background. You can use design to add background to your presentation. Here is where the design is. I'm sure you can see that's design. Please pardon my I'm unable to properly scribble so you can see because I'm using a small device. Okay, but excuse me, please. So, well, I hope you can see my designs right now. So that's the design. So here is where I click design to choose my background. Because this is a presentation, you need to use very interesting design background so that your audience can enjoy what you are presenting. So for instance, I want to do a presentation. My class is going to be on storage devices. So here is where I type my title here, where you have clicked to add title. So here I just click to add title. Or better still, I don't like this. I don't like this design because of the way it's presented in this slant nature. I prefer something that is more simple. So I like to go for, I'm trying to choose a slide that will describe what I want to do. Okay, let me try this and see how it goes. Okay, fine. I think I like this. So click here to add title. So I can see, so my title, I would prefer to make it my subject. So I could just say subject. Then I say ICT. The next one, I like to still use that title slide for everything. Subject, then topic. I will just say storage devices. Storage the devices. Okay, let me try something. Okay, so what I did was that it was in, I don't like this alignment. This aligned to the right. I don't like that alignment. I prefer to use the left alignment. So this is subject ICT. This is topic storage devices. I like to increase this a little so that everything would be on one page, on one line rather. So I could reduce the font size here to probably 36. I think 36 is okay. So everything is on the same line. Sub topic storage device class. I can say grade 5. I can just say week 3 lesson. Okay, so now you can see that my write-up is moving out of the border. So all I will do is to move it down. So the first thing I like to do is this area, click to add subtitle. I will just delete it. I don't need it. I'll just cut it out of my presentation. Then I can drag it a little down. So everything I have here is in center. It's in the center. We call it center alignment. No, I don't like to increase. So I think I'm cool with what I have already. So that is my title slide. So the next thing I want to do, I want to move to the next slide. If you don't like this slide, like I am feeling, you can still change your design. I can still decide to change my design, even though I'm done typing. I can increase my font. I can increase my font to fill the whole space and drag this down. It's not centered enough, you can still drag it down. Now I'm spending time on my title because this is very important. I don't like this color. So I can come to home and change my font color and change it to white. So white, they can see white clearly. I can still increase this font if I want it to be more, I want it bigger. Just try to adjust title slide. Okay. I think I like my title slide like this. So we can move to the next thing. I'm done with my title slide, subject ICT, topic storage devices, class grade 5, week 3, lesson. So the next thing is, I'd like to go to the next slide. So going to the next slide, I would go back to home menu here. Now, I hope you can see this clearly. That's where my home menu is. Then, excuse me, please. Okay, so here is my home menu. So you can see my home menu. Yes, you should be able to see it. To my home menu here. Now here I can find my new slide here. I like to insert new slide from here. So this is my new slide here. So I would so I'll come here and click new slide. You can use any of these layouts. All of these things you can see, they are referred to as layouts. This is title slide. So if you want to type your title, you can use this layout, this title slide. If you want to use title and content, you can use title and content. If you want to use section header, you can use section header. But I don't want to spend so much time, like I told you. It's a presentation. I want it simple. I want it straightforward. So I like to use my title slide again. So for my title slide, I would like to remove this subtitle again. Now, like I said, this is your own presentation. You can decide to do whichever way you please, whichever way you feel it's easy, simple enough for your children or your audience to follow. So here I want to use it to define my storage device. So here I can see storage devices, storage devices are computer accessories used to or used for storing information. You can for storing information on the computer system on the computer system. You can also use storage device or devices to transfer files from one computer to the other. Okay, so full stop. So this is my definition of storage device, but I don't like this alignment. I'll go back to home. I'm already in home, and then I'll choose the align to left. Let me quickly scribble down so you can see. So I will just use the I will just use the I'll use care. Here is where I have. Please, I like you to follow through my mouse because I don't want to spend so much time on this video, and I think the annotation might give me a lot of issues. So I'll just click on this alignments, and then I've aligned everything to the left. I don't like this color because my audience might not see clearly. It's kind of blending um, with the background color. So I'll just come back here where I have one color. Choose white. White is more visible, and that background. white is more visible on the background. So I'm done with my title. So the next thing is the news, the next slide. Now I want to talk about the types of storage devices. So I would prefer to use title and content because title and content makes it possible for me to get to tabulate or list. So I can put my title here and then put the information here. Okay, so let's go. So here I will just say types of storage devices. Types of storage devices. So here I would say flash drives, memory cards, or flash drives, memory cards, CD or DVD, CD or DVD, diskettes, although outdated. Well, it's just for the benefit of this class. Diskette, hard disk drive. Okay, I think I can stop here. So you use this to list. So the next thing is I like to use images right now on my presentation. Now I will still go back to new slide because I'm working with slides. Then I still prefer to use, okay, let me use picture with caption. So you can see picture with caption here. Let me see. So you can see picture with caption here. Here is where I have a picture with caption. Here I have picture with caption. If you look down the screen, you see picture with caption over here. That's picture with caption. Okay, so I would select this for my new slide. Then I'll click here to add the picture. So you can add the picture from wherever you probably might have seen pictures on your system. Like on my system, I have several pictures here. Or document, I have pictures here. I have different pictures of storage devices on my computer here. So I'll just look for the storage device. So here is a compact disc. You just select a compact disc. If it's too large, you can adjust it. You can adjust it to fit into your better see. For better see, adjust. Okay, I don't like to adjust so that we don't waste time. I don't like this, so I will just delete this. Where I have clicked to add title, this second one, but I'll use the first. So I'll call it CD or DVD drive. I can increase this if I like. I increase this if I like. Okay, so I don't like to drag it beyond. So this is my CD and DVD drive. Can move to the next for, I can still use picture with caption for the next image. But if I don't want that, I can use title and content. So with title and content, it also gives you the opportunity to add image. So here, it gives you the opportunity to add table, to add chart, to add smart chart. You can add image here, you can add clip art similar to images here, you can add media like video or sound. Okay, so here, let me type flash drive. Flash drive. I'm not sure if I still have a picture of flash drive on my computer. For the purpose of this class, I'll search for flash drive. If I can't find flash drive, probably we will just use any image just for the purpose of this class. Oh, it seems I don't have flash drive on this system. Let me check my desktop, see if I have flash drive. I don't think I do. Okay, so let me go back to my images here and pick just any image. Please, this image is not a flash drive. It's just for the purpose of class. Okay, this is a light pen actually. So I need more slides, on and on and on. Okay, I've used title and content. I've not used section head. I don't like to use all the layout. I prefer to use the one that captures what I need. Okay, now let me quickly explain this. Now, this is my first slide, second slide, third slide, fourth slide, fifth slide. Unlike Microsoft Word that we refer to each document as a page, here in PowerPoint, we refer them to a slide. Now, for instance, I plan to insert a slide. You know, I have 5 slides already. I want to insert the number 5th slide. Then I mistakenly inserted the slide here. You can see that I have my first slide, second slide, then the new slide I inserted is here. I can either choose to delete it. How do I delete? I right click. I can go to delete slide and delete it. If I don't want to delete, I can duplicate. I can even click new slide. But if I wanted to go to page 6, I can either cut and then move to 6th slide, and then I would see where I can paste here. I've pasted it here. Alternatively, you can just drag this slide. You drag it and then you jump at the last slide. So whichever way is okay. So let me say, what other storage device? Okay, we talked about memory card as well. So let me type memory card here. Please, I don't have a picture of memory card, so I'll just pick any picture just for the purpose of this class. So let me pick this as my memory card. This is the CPU. This is a processor. So if you want the image to be larger, you can drag to increase more. So this is my memory card according to the class. So the next slide, I'll just do the last slide and then we'll move on to the next thing. Then my next slide, I'm still using content with title. I'm still using this title and content rather. So now this time around, I like to use a table. I'm not pretty sure what I want to put in the table, but I just want to explain to you how it works so that you see. So I will now say grouping storage devices, grouping the storage device, or grouping storage device. Let me just leave that way. So here I can specify 3 columns, just like in your Word document, and then 3 rows. So here I can adjust this a little and say serial number. Then I'll say I would say local disk, and then here I would say removable storage devices. Or instead of calling this local disk, I can say local disk or okay, let me leave it as local disk. Now already we know that local disk is the primary storage device that's permanently inside the computer system. Every device has a local disk, a permanent storage device. That's what we refer to as internal storage device. So I want more rows. So I'll just say insert rows and then I'll say rows below because I want more rows. So here I can say hard disk drive. Here I would say flash drive. Flash drive. Here I would say 2. Here, that's the only for computer system. Hard disk drive is the only local disk that I know. Flash disk, memory body, other storage devices are removable storage devices. Memory card, CD, DVD. Here I would say 3. Here I would say 4. I'll just stop at 4. I would say diskette. Although I'll do it, so I'm done. And I'll go to home. You may like to add motion effect to the presentation. So to do that, because it's a presentation, to do that, you can use transition. Here you have transition. Transition allow you to add motion effect. This is transition here. Transition allows you to add motion effect to your presentation. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to add motion effect to each of the slides. So how do I want them to appear? Here, I want it to appear this way, yes. Then this second one, I want it on cover. Yes, the third slide, I like it to honeycomb, just effect so that children can find it fun. Then the fourth slide, I like it to random bars. Then my fifth slide, I like to box. And the sixth slide, I like to glitter. Then my seventh and the last slide, I like to switch. Okay, so I'm done with my PowerPoint presentation. There are so many other things to learn on Microsoft PowerPoint, but because I just want to do something simple that you can use for your virtual class on Zoom and other applications, that's why I have made it short, simple, and precise. So I move right away to save my work. So I would say save as, and then I'll say ICT grade 5 storage devices. And then I'm done. I can say to desktop, and I say save. So I'm done with my presentation. And then here I go to my PowerPoint. Then I can now I've saved my PowerPoint presentation. I'm ready to start my class. What I have done so far is what I need for that particular week. This is all I need to teach the children. Now, another thing I like to say is when you are designing your PowerPoint presentation, please try to avoid it being too wordy. What I mean is having so much words. When there are too many words on your slides, it could become boring and then children might not be able to follow through. So something like this is not so much, but if you type more, it might become too much. Storage devices are computer accessories used for storing information on the computer system. Personally, I might just want to stop there and then move the next sentence. You can also use to another slide. But because I'm trying to make this class as short as possible, that is variable of that module in one slide. But if I am to design this for children, I prefer to break this into 2 and probably add an image to this particular slide so that the children see images alongside my write-up. Another thing I like to say is that try as much as possible to ensure that your slides are not so many so that your class can be fast. Because when you are teaching online, if your class is taking too long, it might become unnecessarily boring. So you don't have to put all your points in a presentation. All you use a presentation for is for extemporaneous teaching. You have your points in your presentation, but most of your lessons, you present it from another source. Probably you have them already. You are teaching from, you are teaching from you are teaching, you have a document where you have your detailed document. Probably you have your lesson notes. Yes, that you have your lesson notes where all of your information are, but your slides should just be for illustration. So that's that about that of Microsoft PowerPoint. So what I need to do right now, I've saved already, so I'll just update it. So I'll just say save. I'm trying to. So thank you very much, teachers. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope this is going to help you in your virtual classes. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm going to do another video shortly on how to use Zoom to, take this lesson. So please follow through, and then you see my next video on how to use Zoom to present or to present your lessons. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.